Good afternoon, folks. Don Tyson, Kim Crowell coming to you from Cache High School in Cache, Oklahoma. First round of the Area Consolation Tournament. Fort Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs taking on the Sentinel Lady Bulldogs in a win-or-go-home matchup today. You win this ball game and you take one more step towards the big house, which is always the goal for next week. You win today, you play tomorrow afternoon. You lose today, you start playing softball on Monday. Kim, you've had a long drive over here today. It's, what, 2 hours from your hometown? I sure am glad you made it. And
it was all downhill.
I'm sure you'll have the wind at your back on the way home tonight.
Well, hopefully the wind will die down. But, it blew me down here, so that was okay. But, yeah, it's great to be here. It's like, it seemed like this is familiar grounds. I've played at Cache several times over the last few years. And, And it's nice to be back here. But, yeah, this is another one of those survive and advance games, You just got to keep going and find some way to win. And so far they've been doing a pretty good job of that. Lost that one, but then they've thrown some victories together.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of the way they did last year over at Stroud. They lost a regional game, and then they just kept winning close contests. And so I look for this one to be a pretty good one, pretty close one. When you look at comparative scores, you might have those there, but at the matchups that they've played other teams that we played, it appears to me we've got a pretty good chance today. What do you think?
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's hard to do on those scores, but they played some of the same teams, pretty close. Well, they played Loquibus Sickles, really a close game, a 4-point ball game. And you go down through some of the others, and Carnegie, they blew out pretty well. Mountain View Gotebo, they beat by 13 points. Fort Cobb beat them 17.
Right.
So, some of those like that, you're right, they're pretty close on it. So we'll see how the matchups go. I don't think there's a huge difference in size here. So we'll just, I guess we'll just let them play and figure it out down there.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
That's why we're here. Do you have the of how they arrived here today? Both teams? All right.
Yeah, let's look at Sentinel. They hosted a district tournament and played Cement the first game and defeated them 51-24. Then they played Eric in the district finals and won that game 51-26. That moved them to the regional. First round of regional was at Mountain View Gotebo, and they defeated the host Mountain View Gotebo Lady Tigers 35-27. And then they lost the regional finals to Hammond 73-28. So that puts them into today's ball game. Fort Cobb Broxton hosted a district, and they defeated Paoli 96-18. Then they defeated Maysville 42-34 in the district finals. That sent them to a regional in Ellick, where they were defeated by Loquibus Sickles 52-25. Then they beat Ryan in a great ball game 50-49. It was close all the way. And then they, in the regional consolation finals at Ellick, they defeated Chattanooga 36-33. So you're getting a lot of playoff games. I mean, this will be Fort Cobb's 6th game in the playoffs. And, you get on that loser side, you can just play every day almost.
That's right. Well, and you kind of get used to that playing with no tomorrow mindset, and you just seem to have a little more edge. So perhaps that will help us today, hopefully.
Yeah, it's kind of like just bring your uniform. We'll play again tomorrow somewhere.
Exactly right. We're, I believe we're going to pause now for the national anthem. So.
Today's Area 2 consolation bracket matchup between the home team on the scoreboard, the Sentinel Lady Bulldogs, and the visitors, the Fort Cobb Lady Mustangs. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand, gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, we're about set to go here. Thanks for joining us, folks. Hope you enjoy the broadcast today. Jared Pettyjohn's here engineering this broadcast today, and he's had a lot of work to do to get us on. Hope it'll be a good, clear broadcast. Starting lineups first for the Lady Mustangs: a junior number 1, Zoe Brown; a junior number 3, Kalia Silverhorn; a senior number 12, Ginger Bear, who played really well last week over at Ellick; a sophomore number 13, Madison Savage; and a sophomore number 15, Reagan Rep. The Lady Mustangs are coached by Miss Jana Rogers and Miss Kelsey Schumpert, and they come into this game with a record of 13 wins and 15 losses. The home team on the scoreboard today will be the Sentinel Lady Bulldogs in their home white uniforms, and they start a senior number 4, Dylan Ferris; a sophomore number 11, Hudson Funkhauser; a junior number 15, Riley Pruitt; a senior number 21, Kyra Kesey; and a junior number 30, Riley Sanders. The Lady Bulldogs are coached by Mr. Kent Callison, assisted by Nathaniel Baker. And the Lady Bulldogs come into the game with a record of 15 wins and 11 losses. And they are ranked number 18 in Class B this year. They lost last Saturday evening in the regional final to number 1 ranked Hammond, 73-28.
I think Hammond's pretty good.
I would say they are. Yeah, they've been dominant in past years, and it looks like they're pretty strong again this year. I'm sure them and Lomega probably looking forward to meeting each other here for too long.
Yeah, it can happen. They've been up the top of the ratings all year long, so good ball club. But
Lady Mustangs going left to right in the road blue uniforms. Ginger Bear jumping center against Riley Pruitt, and we're about set to go. Ball's in the air and tapped, controlled by the Lady Mustangs. And the Lady Bulldogs come out in a zone defense, it looks like. Zoe Brown running the point for the Lady Mustangs. Cross court to Brown, trying to get it down low to Bear. They double team her. That's kind of what we always try to do. Looks like they have a slight height advantage. Reagan along the baseline, trap to Brown. Silverhorn, right wing 3 on the way, good. Great start for the Lady Mustangs as Kalia Silverhorn drains a right wing 3-pointer. And the Lady Mustangs with an early 3-0 lead just underway. There's a 3-pointer on the other end, no good. Rebound, Reagan Rep. Quickly down Zoe Brown into the front court. There's Silverhorn alone, left wing 3 this time. Oh, rattled out. Savage had it poked away, and it'll stay with the Lady Mustangs.
Yeah, as long as she can get some of those open look 3-pointers, we'll take our chances on those.
Yeah. We haven't had those open looks in several games. Hopefully that will continue. It's like somebody's cap fell on the floor. Mary Jane's over there retrieving it. She's going to try to throw it over the railing, but that's a pretty high throw.
Those lightweight truckers' caps don't fly very well.
In the corner, Silverhorn dumps it down low to Reagan. Spin move, can't get the shot off. Double team, now out to Brown. To Bear, 17-footer straight away, short. And it goes off Sentinel's head and out of bounds. So, Lady Mustang.
Get 2 or 3 shots every trip, and we're going to come out
absolutely.
Okay.
That's definitely the start we wanted here. Out to Brown.
You know, they've been able to get Reagan open inside, and then they cover her up completely, but that ought to open somebody up outside.
Yeah.
Get the inside and back out.
That's a good point. There's a cutter to Silverhorn, right of the lane, good. Kalia Silverhorn got all 5 of the Lady Mustang points.
And they did that again. They got it inside the Rep and then found Silverhorn on the cut through the lane.
Yeah, you're right. When you can get the ball open that low, opens a lot of things up. Sentinel does the same thing on the other end. Their jumpers over the rim, but they got the rebound. Left side, they go to Funkhauser. Now down in the corner. Back to Hudson. Funkhauser out front. Lady Mustangs doing a good job double teaming the post whenever they look like they're trying to have an entry pass. 18-footer, right wing, good. Kyra Cassie puts the Lady Bulldogs on the scoreboard at 5:46 to play, opening period.
Well, I tell people if they hear a little delay in what we're doing, it's because Sentinel has white uniforms and light-colored numbers, and we're all the way at the top of the gym.
Hard to see them in it.
Yeah, and they have ponytails, so we're trying to figure it out as we go.
Yeah, it's true. Savage, 14-footer off the glass and in. Madison Savage. Mustangs lead at 7-2. Little pressure in the backcourt. They did this Saturday, and it was pretty effective in their contest. Along the baseline, a little 12-footer, no good. Silverhorn with a rebound. Into the front court. Bounce pass to Ginger at the free throw line to Zoe, top of the key. Yeah, if we can get Silverhorn alone a few more times, Kim, I'd feel pretty confident.
Yeah, she's a really good open three-point shooter.
Ginger thought about the three-pointer. Instead passed it up. Now here's Brown right side. Pretty good ball movement. Being patient. Silverhorn in the paint. Little 8-foot runner. No good this time. Looked like it was going to fall in. Fell out that time.
Yeah, it was hanging on the rim. I thought it might lean over there.
And we're going to have double dribble. Called on the Lady Bulldogs. First turnover of the game. With 4:12 to play, opening period. Thanks for joining us. Right side to Reagan Rip. To Savage, way out front. Mustangs doing a good job being patient, not rushing anything. Savage at the free throw line. Her shot's blocked, and it's out of bounds off of Madison. It'll go over to Sentinel. I think she'd have been better off there just shooting a jump shot at the free throw line, probably.
Yeah, she kind of dribbled into the defense there.
And she's a good free throw shooter, so it's kind of her range right there. Sentinel beats the pressure without any trouble. That's Dylan Ferris along the baseline. Shot no good. Tipped around. Sentinel comes away with it. Funkhauser in the corner to Ferris. And now Funkhauser dribbling to her left. Hands it off to Kyra Cassie. Or Kesey, I'm not sure how you say that. Baseline jumper, no good. And it goes off of Sentinel out of bounds. Ginger kind of mistimed her jump that time, and I was afraid Sentinel was going to get it back. And they're going to take a timeout. We'll keep it here. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Kim, you know, while I have a chance here, sometimes in life, big events happen, and you can always remember where you were when such things happen. February the 22nd, 1980. That's the night the United States hockey team beat the Russians in the Olympics. I was in Sentinel, Oklahoma, in the gym watching a regional tournament game.
Is that right?
I'll never forget it. The announcer come on there and gave the score of the hockey game.
You know, it's been a long time since I've been in a basketball game and they gave a hockey score.
Well, it was the first and only time for me, but he got a real big cheer, I can tell you right now.
I bet it did. That's a pretty big event. Yeah. And, you know, that's still the big hockey highlight even after all these many years.
It always stuck out in my mind where I was that time. Sentinel Bulldogs. Sentinel, I don't know sure if Sentinel was playing. The Thomas Lady Terriers were playing that night, 1980. They were in the midst of their state championship run with Kelly Litch. And my best friend in college was her cousin, and so we went to watch Thomas play a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, they had quite a run back
they did.
there. It was amazing. I think they went, state finals all 4 years?
They didn't let freshmen play back in those days, but they went 3 years in a row and won the last two. Colbert beat them in 1979. Lady Mustangs with the basketball off the timeout. Bear right of the lane, 15-footer, good. Ginger Bear with her first basket. Great start shooting-wise for the Lady Mustangs, and they lead it 9-2. Lob pass into the front court, quickly the other way. Oh, a good feed there. They really defeated the press that time. Basket's good by
that's Riley
Pruitt.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they took a timeout, and the coach drew up a pretty good play off the press there, and they got an easy basket. And it's 9-4. Now they put a little pressure on the Mustang guards. Bears 15-footer's a little short. It's tapped out to Brown. They're leaving us open at that free throw line area. If we can make that jumper. Right side to Reagan Rep. Oh, they had Ginger all alone headed to the basket and didn't see her.
Yeah, they're kind of playing around the lane, and she's been able to get down through there. You just keep on the lookout for her. They're fronting her out at the free throw line.
Kind of a 3-2 zone, looks like. And there's going to be a jump ball. And it will be Sentinel's basketball, according to the possession arrow. That's Mustang's first turnover, I believe.
I think that's right.
Now, hopefully we can do a little better job on the press this time. They have a little height advantage on us. They've got a couple of girls that's a little taller than Ginger. They kind of like to throw over the top of our guards. Out front now, Funkhauser. Over to Kesey. Left wing three on the way is good. Kyra Kesey. And it's 9-7. Fort Cobb on top with 1:18 to play, opening period.
They had a 9-2 lead just like a minute ago.
Yep.
Now they closed it to 9-7 with a couple of baskets.
Mustangs not moving the ball too well this possession. They're not a lot of ball movement. Now Bear tries to go along the baseline. Back to Kalia. Dribbles through the lane. Ginger three-pointer, no good. Backside rebound by Savage. Now to Silverhorn, over to Reagan Rep into paint, and it goes through Ginger's hand and out of bounds. So turnover number 2 for the Lady Mustangs with 39 seconds to play.
Yeah, a little high pass with too much juice on, and it got through Ginger's hands all the way out.
Now Sentinel with that's Pruitt. They had the ball batted away by Silverhorn, but it'll stay with Sentinel. 29 seconds to play, first period.
You know, we've still not had a foul called.
Oh, I hope you didn't jinx it.
I'll try not
But
to.
I do like games when there's not a lot of fouls called. Could have been a travel. Yes, it was. Kind of tried to make a fake as the Lady Mustangs are closing in on her and shuffled her feet. Turnover number 2 for Sentinel. Now the Lady Mustangs with the basketball, and it'll be their ball to start the second period, so hopefully we can score perhaps both these possessions. There's Brown, down low to Bear, and it goes through her hands. Out of bounds.
Yeah, that pass was catchable there. A little bit high, but still not that bad a pass.
Mustangs picking up full court now in a man-to-man type press. 8 seconds. At the center line. Right wing down to 4 seconds. 12-footer right side, no good. And that will do it. After 1 period of play, Fort Cobb Broxton 9, Sentinel 7. You're listening to the FCBMustangs.tv. Kim, you got some shooting numbers there in the first half, or first period? All right.
Yeah. For Sentinel, they are 3 out of 9, 33%. 2 out of 7 2-pointers, 1 for 2 3-pointers. Fort Cobb is 4 out of 10, 40%. They're 3 out of 7 2-pointers and 1 for 3 on 3-pointers. Like I said, neither team shot a field goal because we haven't had a foul called yet. They shot a free throw. a fast quarter, Don, with no fouls, only 4 turnovers, so that went by in a hurry.
What's the shooting percentages again?
33 for Sentinel, 40 for Fort Cobb Broxton.
All right. And it'll be Fort Cobb's ball to start the second period. .40% shooting, not bad. Hopefully they can improve on that a little bit. Right side to Brown. There's Savage. No, there's Silverhorn all alone. Left wing 3 is good. That's Kalia for you. That's 8 for her. She was wide open off that play. And the Lady Mustangs back on top 12-7. Brenna K. Davis checked in at the break. And she replaced Reagan Red. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I couldn't find who was not out there. Davis is a good threat from the three-point arc usually. Putting a lot of pressure out on Cassie, who's made 5 points for Lady Bulldogs, trying to get a 5 count, almost. They lob it down low, turnaround shots, no go. It's good. Riley Pruitt shot it over Ginger. That's 4 for Pruitt.
Yeah, the motion didn't look like it was going to go in, but she made it anyway.
Yeah, she's pretty tall, got long arms, made that jump shot look pretty easy. Down low to Davis. Cross court to Brown, all alone. Right wing 3 on the way is good. Zoe Brown. The Lady Mustangs guard shooting it very well today. 15-9 now our score. Quickly into the front court. There's Pruitt. And she's going to be bumped and fouled by Ginger on her way up for the first foul of the game. And Riley Pruitt will be shooting 2 shots. Riley is a junior for the Lady Bulldogs. First free throw, no good.
Yeah, that one wasn't very close and didn't look real good. That might be something to remember later in the game.
Mm-hmm. Second free throw's good. Well, she dialed it in. That looked a whole lot better.
Yeah, she needed one practice one.
15-10 now. Fort Cobb on top. So far, they've done a good job, Fort Cobb has, of getting open looks at the basket. There's Ginger, a little 14-footer left of the lane, no good.
You know, one advantage Sentinel might have is that the court says Bulldogs.
Yeah, they may think they're at home. Huh?
Yeah.
There's a turnover. Silverhorn got her hand on it, poked it away. And they turn it right back over, I'm afraid. Yep, they do. It's a jump ball.
You know, when you talk about the Bulldogs, that is the second most popular mascot in the state. 36 Oklahoma schools have a mascot of Bulldogs.
Really? So. And what's number 1?
Tigers. We'll get the Duke Tigers tomorrow night.
Yeah. How many schools have Tigers?
45.
45. Silverhorn got her hand on a pass again, but it goes right back to Sentinel.
9 Mustangs.
9
around
Mustangs.
the state.
Yep.
So.
Top of the key, Pruitt. Left side they go to Ferris. Got to really be wary of number 21. She's a good three-point shooter, it seems. They dump it down low to Pruitt. Quickly out on the right wing. Three-pointer no good. And Davis is going to be fouled on the rebound. Good job by Brenna. Get it here. Over to Savage, along the baseline to Davis. And we're going to have a foul on Sentinel. As she fouled, that would be Dylan Ferris.
Yeah, picked up the second one real quick.
And so the Lady Mustangs will inbound along the baseline. Ginger.
You never want to have all your team's fouls.
No, that's true. There's Ginger. Stumbles and falls and goes out of bounds off of Ginger.
Kind of tripped over another one's leg, but they didn't deem it enough contact for a foul.
Yeah. That's the 5th turnover for Fort Cobb Broxton. Had a couple of opportunities to extend the lead and not gotten a shot off the last couple of trips. I'll tell you, Silverhorn's doing a good job today. She's being pretty much of a pest on defense. Has got her hand on a lot of passes so far.
She just needs a wider court to be able to get them after she tips them. So.
Yeah, doing a good job anticipating. He creeps out on Sanders. Now over to Dylan Ferris holding. Top of the key, Cassie. Trying to get it down to the post, but Ginger doing a good job. There's Kesey, right side three-pointer, no good. Davis with the rebound. Good job by Brenda to pick up the dribble and not turn it over. There we go to Brown. Right wing three on the way is good. Zoe Brown with her second tray from the same spot. And it's 18-10, the largest lead of the contest for Fort Cobb. That's 2 trays for Zoe and 2 for Kalia. Sentinel dribbling out front. That's Funkhauser now with it to the free throw line. He dump it down low. Kick it back out. Now to Ferris. Ball taken away by Silverhorn. Cross court, Davis off the glass and no good. Savage with a good rebound, and she's going to be fouled on the putback. Great hustle by Madison.
It's good they fouled her. She was too far underneath to make the shot, so they kind of bailed her out there.
She was in an impossible angle, but
to get the rebound.
That's why you hustle to the other end, even though you think you might get a layup. Free throw no good by Madison. Checking in for Sentinel will be Taylor Leslie, replacing Funkhauser. And Madison will have one more. Rattled out. Missed them both. Very unusual for Madison. Now the Bulldogs quickly the other way. They lob it down. Turnaround shot is good, and she fouled her. Ginger caught her on the forearm, and the basket's good by Riley Pruitt.
Yeah, you just don't want Ginger picking up fouls like that. She's going to have to make sure she goes straight up or, just play defense with her body because she doesn't need to be in foul problems.
Yep. And that's 2 on her. And Pruitt's free throw is good. 3-point play for the Lady Bulldogs. It's 18-13. Yeah, Ginger needs to stay out of foul trouble because Sentinel's game is to try to get it into the post, and they've got a height advantage even over Ginger. So she really needs to avoid picking up any more fouls, especially here in the second period.
Now that she's got 2, they may go in there more.
3-pointer by Silverhorn's no good this time. And a rebound by the Lady Bulldogs. Quickly up ahead to Cassie. Right back to Ginger, and the layup is good. Good strong move that time by Pruitt.
Yeah, and Ginger kind of backed off a little bit on that to make sure she didn't get her 3rd foul. So going to be something to watch underneath there.
Yeah, Sentinel they immediately went right back down there to make Ginger guard them. I'm sure we'll see more of that. Zoe in the paint. Right side to Ginger, 15-footer good. Ginger Bear with her second basket. And it's a 5-point lead for the Lady Mustangs with 2:18 to play, second period. Top of the key, Cassie all alone. 3-pointer good. Tyra Cassie with her second 3-pointer, and it's a 20-18 ball game. But Cobb's 8-point lead is down to 2.
Yeah, they've had a couple of good offensive possessions and got the shots they wanted.
Yep. Rep come in, replacing Savage. Excuse me. Brown's shot off the glass is no good. Now Sentinel with a chance to tie or take the lead. 1:33 to play in the half. Bounce pass to the free throw line. They dump it down low. Now shot along the baseline is no good. Rebound Ginger Bear. And Brown will walk it into the front court. Got some instructions there from Coach Rogers with 1:14 to play. Right side to Rip. To Davis along the baseline, holding out top of the key to Brown. Davis, baseline 3 on the way, no good. Skips across the rim and out of bounds. With a minute to play. Good open look that time by Davis. just a little long.
There's an art to shooting from the side and straight on. I mean, usually a player's good from one of the positions, but it's whatever they get used to. But it's a totally different look from the side when there's nothing behind it.
A lot of feel involved from the sideline. 41 seconds to play. Three-pointer by Sentinel is good. That's Riley Sanders. No, who is that?
Taylor Leslie.
Taylor, okay, number 5.
Yeah.
And Sentinel on top, 21-20. Their first lead. Try to go down, loaded Davis, almost lost it. Ginger picks it up, quickly out to Brown. It's going to go in the backcourt. And that'll be the 6th turnover. The Mustangs have kind of lost their composure here in the last trip or two.
Yeah, they've been 20 for quite a while now, and they've had a couple of decent looks at it, but they haven't been able to put any points on the board.
12 seconds to play here in the half. Sentinel with a basketball and a 1-point lead. And they'll inbound at the center line. Lob it into the front court to Pruitt. Three-pointer on the way, no good this time. Silverhorn with the rebound, 4 seconds, and she's going to take a half-court shot and no good. Had a little bit more time than she anticipated. And there was a 1/10 of a second left. Not much they can do with it here.
Be a long tip, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and that will do it. Your halftime score. Sentinel come roaring back. They lead it 21-20 at the halftime break, as the Mustangs had an 8-point lead there in the second period, and that has gone completely away, and Lady Bulldogs on top 21-20. And we'll turn it over to Kim Crowell for the first half shooting numbers. Kim?
All right, Mountain Sentinels shooting 44% from the field, 8 out of 18. They're 5 out of 11 on 2-pointers and 3 of 7 3-pointers, 2 out of 3 free throws. Taylor Leslie has 3 points, Riley Pruitt with 10, and Kyra Kesey with 8. So they only had 3 girls score, but they've got enough points to get a lead with it.
Yep.
For Fort Cobb Broxton, Zoe Brown with 6 points, Leah Silverhorn with 8, Ginger Bear 4, Madison Savage with 2. Fort Cobb's 8 out of 19 for 42%, 4 out of 11 2-pointers, 4 out of 8 3-pointers, and 0 for 2 from the free throw line. So pretty close numbers all the way around. Fort Cobb's got 2 fouls, Sentinel's got 3. Both teams have their longest scoring streaks 5 points, although Fort Cobb did have an 8-point lead at one time. But it's been pretty, got that 8-point lead, but Sentinel closed it back up, and then Fort Cobb had a 5-point lead there at I think 2015, and then they couldn't get past 20 points. They sat there for the last probably, 3 minutes maybe?
Yeah, at least, yeah.
And allowed Sentinel to pull out in front 21-20. So anybody's ball game. And nobody really in foul trouble. I mean, 2 fouls is the most either one of them's got. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Quick first half.
Very, very much so. Let's say the Mustangs, you say they're 4 out of 8 3-point shooting.
Yes.
That's been the strength of their team so far. If we can continue to get Brown and Bear open on those wing shots, be helpful in the second half. Also need to kind of clamp down on Riley Pruitt. She's done a great job. But I've got her for, 10 for her? And,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's 4 out of 4. She hadn't missed yet.
And that seems to be Sentinel's concerted effort to try to get her the ball down underneath the basket. And so hopefully Ginger, luckily she didn't pick up only 2 fouls in that half, so hopefully she can continue to play some pretty good defense on her.
Don, we talked earlier about the numbers, how they're kind of hard to see for us, the white numbers on white uniforms.
Yep.
Any guesses on what professional team was the first one to put numbers on their jerseys or uniforms?
Oh, wow.
Now, it doesn't have to be basketball.
Okay. Numbers on their jersey in a professional sport. Well, since you said it didn't have to be basketball, I'm gonna say it was baseball.
It was.
And that was probably the about 1895 or something like that.
Actually, 1916.
1916.
Cleveland Indians decided to put numbers on their jerseys to identify the players, make it easier for the fans and the announcers, so that was a great idea.
Whoever thought of that deserves a raise, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say so. I bet
Might have been Bob Euchre. Reckon?
Well, he needed them up in the great seats that he had in the upper deck. So that's probably what he wanted them for up there.
I wonder what they did before they used numbers. Does it say?
No, it doesn't. So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, it'd be kind of hard to announce a game without numbers, wouldn't it?
Well, you'd have to know the players pretty well. You know, in baseball, if it's your home team, you've probably got them all. But visitors, I guess you get a lineup card for them back then, and you just use names. So.
That curly-headed guy threw it to the brown-haired guy.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't want to go through all those descriptions like that. But anyway.
Interesting fact. Very much. Yep. I'd like to thank our sponsors. We haven't done that yet today. The folks down at the Ouachita Valley Bank, appreciate those people for letting me off to come down here and do what I like to do. And it's a good bunch of people over there at the bank. Go down there and see them. And they've got all the financial needs you need. And I'd like to thank Travis Birchie and T-Bird's Convenience Store. Carnegie Fiber for all your high-speed internet needs over in Carnegie, Oklahoma. And the Southwest Oklahoma Driving School, operated by Mr. Kent Sexton.
We do appreciate those sponsors very much. If you see them, tell them that.
Absolutely.
Don, I got a list, and you know by now I like lists.
Yeah, that's good.
But
I like them too.
In the history of the Big 8 and the Big 12 conferences, let's look at the top career scorers. This is the guys.
Okay. In the history of the Big 8?
Big 8 and Big 12.
All right. You want me to try to guess some of them?
Oh, I don't care. We can just go through them.
Well, I'm gonna guess number one. How about that? Well, I don't know. I'm gonna pick the top 5. I'm gonna say Danny Manning, Wayman Tisdale.
Okay.
Stacy King. Wilt Chamberlain. Was he in the Big 8? Probably not.
Wilt Chamberlain was number 1.
Okay. Did I get any of the others right?
Yeah, they're not right together.
Okay.
Give me your list again. I've got it pulled up now.
All right,
Wilt was number 1.
Okay, I had him. I had
Danny Manning. He was number 3 on the list.
Right. I had Wayman Tisdale. He's probably not.
Wayman was number 8.
8?
Yeah.
What about Stacy King? What was he?
Nope,
not
he's
on
not
the
on
list.
there.
Okay, so it's probably somebody.
There is another OU player at number 7.
Oh boy, is he recent?
15 years.
15 years. 15 years ago, OU player.
I don't know, maybe a little more than that.
I was going to say Alvin Adams, but I don't. That's been way
I think
before
he's number 11.
Okay, well, Blake Griffin was.
No, he's not.
Probably wasn't on there.
It's a guard.
Well, they had Hollis Price and Mookie Blaylock. I don't think he scored. Was it Mookie? Okay.
Yeah, Mookie is number 7.
Really?
Yep.
I would have thought he probably led in steals, but I never would have guessed he led in points.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he only played 2 seasons too. So.
Who give me the other top 10.
Numbers. Okay. Like I said, 11 was Alvin Adams. 10 was Rolando Blackman from Kansas State.
Yeah.
9 was Mitch Richmond from Kansas State. 8 was Wayman Tisdale. 7, Mookie Blaylock. 6 was Chauncey Billups from Colorado when they were still in the league.
Yeah.
5, you have to go back a long ways. Clyde Lavalette from Kansas.
I never heard of
back
Clyde.
in the early 50s. Mm-hmm. Paul Pierce from Kansas is number 4. Danny Manning, number 3. Kevin Durant, Texas.
Really? Played 1 year?
You know, this is not. I asked the wrong question. These are the top players.
Oh.
Not the scoring champions.
Oh, okay,
So I missed it. I've got another list for that.
Okay, all right.
And Wilt Chamberlain, number 1. You know, there was something in the news the other day. One day, I think it was on February 21st, so what, 2 days ago?
Yep.
In 1953, Niagara beat Siena 88-81 in 6 overtimes. So, I mean, some basketball events on that day. That happened.
Yeah.
Wilt Chamberlain had his 4th 50-point game of the season in 1960. And in 1970, Pete Maravich scored 64 points in a game. So in one day, I mean, some pretty good basketball
a lot of things
records.
happen in basketball with that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Got beat by Kentucky, but still scored 64. So.
All right, good information. I always enjoy those lists. Fun to guess at them. I'm sure there's some people at home getting a lot more out of the answers than I did.
You know, if I'd asked the right questions, it'd probably be easier to get to.
Yeah, there you go. I think that's my problem. That's right. Well, we're set to go for the second half. We don't have any basketball officials. And you know you can't play a ball game without referees.
Oh, I don't know. I've played a lot of pickup games without them.
Here they come.
I'm sure they'd call their own fouls, wouldn't you? Don't you hate playing pickup games when a guy will never say he fouled?
Yeah, they never foul. That's right. Yep.
And they're always the bigger guy that does that.
Yep. Well, let's see. 2 of them have arrived. I don't think the other one's out yet. Players are ready. And here he comes. All right, it'll be Fort Cobb's ball as we start the 3rd period of play. Sentinel on top, 21-20. Sentinel in that 1-2-2 zone, trying to focus on our wing shooters. That's where we really made a lot of headway here. Ginger's little 12-footer in the lane is no good, but she's fouled. That's a good move right there by Ginger. And who'd they give the foul to, Kim?
Well, they signaled 5, but I think it's 15.
I think so, too. I hope it's on 15.
There's not a 5 on the floor. Oh, yeah, there is, but she wasn't anywhere near that. Yeah, they've got it 5 on the scoreboard, but that's not who fouled her. Anyway, we'll go with what.
Yeah. He missed the first, made the second. We're tied at 21. That's 5 for Ginger now. Full court press in the back court. Mustang going to try to pressure them into some turnovers here. They only had 3 by my count in the first. That was a near carry. Now cross court they go, and Sentinel gets it into the front court without any difficulty. Just underway here, 3rd period. We're all tied at 21. Mustangs playing in a man-to-man defense. Outside they go to Leslie. Lobs it down low. And we're going to have a foul on the floor. Boy, that's a tough one. And that'll be the 3rd on Ginger. I guess they said she had her, the motion the referee made, she had her knee in her back, I guess. And
when they threw the pass and she kind of jumped to get it, and she had a little push underneath, I guess. But that certainly wasn't the most contact.
Kind of inconsequential play there. That's 3 fouls on Ginger, so that's certainly cause for concern because Sentinel likes to lob it into that post player, Riley Pruitt. Close to a 5-second count, but not quite. I think may be the way to attack them is try to stick on their guards out front and try to create some turnovers.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to kind of switch defenders on Pruitt also.
3-pointer's no good. Ginger with a good strong board. And the Mustangs with a basketball. Chance to take the lead back. Reagan dribbles to the backboard. Shot no good. And a rebound Sentinel. Pretty good look that time by Reagan. Now here's Sentinel quickly the other way. They dump it down low. Ginger's in there with those 3 fouls. Right wing 3 no good by Cassie. Rebound Zoe. Up ahead to Reagan. There's Silverhorn. Boy, thought she had going to have a chance for a good look there. There's no one really came over very quickly. 6 minutes to play here in the 3rd period. We're tied at 21. Reagan off the glass. Good. Reagan Rep got free along the baseline for her first points. Puts the Mustangs on top, 23-21.
She walked and got away with that one.
Their guards look a little shaky.
Yeah, last week when they called that all the time,
yeah.
But she walked too, yeah. They got that one.
They got that one. Yeah, I think Coach Rogers has the right idea for sure, is putting some pressure on them in the backcourt. Try to take the ball away from them before they can get it down to Pruitt underneath the basket. Savage along the baseline. There's a rep. Goes around her defender. Shot is good. She's fouled. Oh, no, she stepped on the baseline. Tough luck that time.
Yeah, it's a good move to get around that defender. She actually did draw a little contact, like you said, but stepped on the line right before that.
Sentinel gets it inbounded. Silverhorn pressuring them. They could get it. And the coach takes a timeout. He knew they were about to get a 10-second violation, I think. Coach Callison takes a 30-second break. With 5:14 to play, third period. The winner of this contest will play tomorrow afternoon at the same time, 1:30, right here at Cache, Oklahoma. And
yeah, they'll play the winner of Mountain View, Goody Bow, and Turner.
Okay.
They play at 6 o'clock tonight.
So if you could win this game, the loser of tonight's game will probably be a little bit tired from playing the night before, so you might have a little bit of an advantage by playing the early contest today. So got to get by this one first. Long way to go.
Well, they're losers tonight.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as they'll be having a little less rest than.
Oh, from 6 o'clock tomorrow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Probably wouldn't make a lot of difference, but.
Nice to be young and full of energy.
Exactly right.
I guess.
Been a long time, I forgot. Sentinel beats the press without any trouble. Top of the key.
She walked there
staggered her feet. There's a right wing three on the way. No good. Off the heel of the basket. Good box out by Savage. And Brown takes the loose ball into the front court. There's Silverhorn all alone. Three-pointer is good. Kalia Silverhorn. That's 3 trays for Kalia. 5-point lead for the Lady Mustangs. And there's going to be a foul on Savage as Dylan Ferris is going to have an easy 2. So good foul there by Madison. I tell you, Kalia shot the ball awfully well tonight. She's got 11 points so far. And only think of one miss that she had from distance. Free throw good by Ferris. Taylor Leslie is going to be replaced by Cassie, I think that is. Ginger might have got by with one there. Missed the second. 26-22. There's Savage underneath the Reagan rip. Turn around, boy. A lot of contact there, no call, and Cassie comes away with it. Coach Rogers kind of wondering what happened there. They dump it down low. Now the cross-court pass to Cassie. Top of the key is Hudson Funkhauser. Over to Dylan Ferris. Ginger doing a good job covering up Pruitt this possession. Now they lob it into her. Shot off the glass too hard. Ginger with a rebound. Pretty good defense by Fort Cobb that time.
Yeah, they got her a pretty good shot. She shot a little too hard, and Bear had to back off just a little bit.
Underneath the Savage, and it's poked away, and that's a turnover. Not really a good pass to make there. Now they try to get it back down low. Great job by Madison. Anticipation by Madison Savage as she ran across and poked it away. They had the entry pass down to Pruitt. And Ginger's now going to be replaced by Funmaker with 3:24 to play in the third period.
Yeah, Riley Sanders picked up the foul, her first.
We'll see how Sentinel changes up their defense, if any, here. They're in looks like kind of a 1-3-1. Now they're going to go to a man, it appears now, maybe.
Yeah, I think it is.
Outside to go to Savage. They can just work the clock here if they want to. Steal a few minutes here with Ginger on the bench with a 4-point lead. Silverhorn has her shot blocked. Ball kicked in the backcourt. And Silverhorn tracks it down. Savage to Silverhorn. I think everyone is kind of holding their breath. Is this going to be a backcourt or not?
Yeah, she was smart enough not to grab it right at the half line and let it get all the way across it.
Pass too tall for Reagan. He goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Reagan jumped a little early on that, and then she's coming down as the ball went over.
2:32 to play in the third period. Sentinel crossing the timeline. Now they got Savage guarding Pruitt. Doing a pretty good job fronting her so far. And we're going to have a foul. I think they're going to call a foul on Madison for some reason. I don't know, I'm not sure. It looked to me like she was just trying to guard her. And Davis is going to check in, replacing Brown, or Bear, I should say.
Now Zoe comes out.
Cobb doing a good job on the inbounds play. They lob it down low to Pruitt. Shot over Funmaker. No good. Rebound Reagan Rip. Now Silverhorn into the front court. Over to Davis, right side with 1:54 to play. Third period. And timeout taken by Coach Rogers. With 1:42 to kind of discuss some strategy. I wonder if Ginger might come back in here late in the period.
She hasn't gone to the scorer's table yet. They've been pretty deliberate on offense with her out, and just trying. I think you're right, trying to kill a little time and give her a rest. And with Brown out of the ball game too, they can get them fresh for the fourth quarter.
Right. Yeah, I think they've played about 2 minutes since Ginger went to the bench. And they've maintained their lead. Fort Cobb's outscored them 6-1 here in the third period so far with 1:42 to play. Sentinels missed several close-in shots.
And Bear is back in the game.
Okay. Yep, she checked in, placing Funmaker. Coach Rogers and the official having a little discussion about something, not sure what.
Well, they had to clean up a little water on the floor. I think they'd spilled something where their huddle was.
They were thirsty, man. They needed a drink. All right, here we go. Davis picks up her dribble over to Reagan. They're putting a little pressure on her guards now, a little more each time. Reagan does a good job handling as we got Zoe on the bench that normally our ball handler, and Davis, little 12-footer wouldn't go, and rebound Sentinel. Good look at it. Just a little long. Now Reagan putting some pressure on their guards. With 1:07 to play third period. Now it's passed to Pruitt. Well, that's Paris. Ginger on her. Every possession is going to be so critical down the stretch here.
And Savage is guarding Pruitt, so at least they're not putting Ginger on her yet with those 3 fouls.
Madison's done a great job on her. She's kind of pushing her away from the basket a little bit and not making it easy for them. 34 seconds to play. Reagan, left wing 3, off the heel of the basket. And Davis with the long rebound. The Silverhorn, the Savage, off the glass and in. Good pass from Silverhorn to Madison, and she laid it in. It's a 6-point lead for Fort Cobb with 14 seconds to play third period. Lob pass into the front court to Pruitt, and they call it for traveling. Turnover.
Yeah, 7.7 seconds left, and you've got the ball just outside of half court, so plenty of time to get a good shot.
Zoe Brown's going to check in, replacing Silverhorn. See if they can get a good look hit. Brown quickly into the front court with 5. Over to Davis. Somebody needs to look at the goal. 2 seconds. Davis, 15-footer is good. Brenna Davis at the buzzer. Great shot by Brenna for her first basket. And the Lady Mustangs lead it 30-22 after 3 quarters of play as they come roaring back. Outscored them 10-1 that quarter. Kim, what's the shooting numbers for the third period?
Fort Cobb shooting 43%, 12 out of 28. Sentinel 33%, 8 out of 24. 3-pointers, Fort Cobb's 5 out of 10. 2-pointers, 7 out of 18. So, I mean, good shooting between 43. You can live with that. Plus, the great defense held them to 1 point. I mean, you win a quarter 10-1. That's a big push going into the fourth quarter.
I tell you, I like this matchup with Savage on Pruitt. You know, Madison doesn't have any fouls on her, and she can kind of body her up, and she doesn't have to be so careful about not fouling. And I tell you, I don't think. Well, I'm pretty sure they only scored 1 point that quarter, so I know Pruitt didn't make any field goals. So I kind of like it. I wouldn't mind seeing that continue.
Yeah, and with Madison not having any fouls, she can be. Well, she's got 2 fouls, but I guess so. Bears got 3. You know, I think Fort Cobb's got 5 team fouls, and those 2 girls have them all. So. But you're going to, you know, when you're guarding your post presence inside, that's probably where you're going to draw some.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where they're wanting their offense to go through. So it's going to draw some defense. So, but yeah, Madison's done a good job with her.
All right, 1 more quarter to go. Sentinels basketball.
Zoe Brown, Ginger Bear, Madison Savage, Brenna Davis, and Reagan Rep on the floor. Silverhorn still on the bench to start the fourth quarter.
All right. Mustangs in a man, playing pretty aggressive out on the guards. They lob it to the post. Around the perimeter to go to Cassie. Back to the Pruitt. Now left wing 3 on the way. Off the backboard, no good. Ginger with a rebound. Zoe quickly into the front court. Davis down to Savage. Good balanced scoring today for the Lady Mustangs. Shot the ball pretty well. There's Reagan Rep. Dribbles in the lane. Little 8-footer off the glass. No good. Too hard. And we're going to have a foul on Davis trying to get the rebound.
Her first.
4th team foul on Fort Cobb. So not really a problem so far on the foul situation.
Yeah, it looks like we're not going to press unless it's after a score.
Keep thinking we're going to get a 5-second call out here on one of their guards, and they're going to have a moving screen. Charge to number 15, Riley Pruitt.
Yeah, it's just her first foul, too, the 3rd team foul.
Now pressure in the backcourt. Now Zoe has it. Down the right sideline, into the front court. There's Ginger all alone, but she couldn't get an angle to pass it to her. She tried to bounce pass, but she was wide open. I'd like to see that.
Go back to half court and do a rewind on that one.
Maybe lob it in there this time.
Yeah.
There's Ginger, left of the lane, makes a move, and goes back out front with it.
That had potential there.
Yeah, she kind of fumbled the ball away.
Knocked it loose.
Davis, right wing 3. Good! Brenna Davis. That's 5 for Brenna, and it's an 11-point lead for the Lady Mustang, the largest of the contest, and there's a turnover.
Yeah, the other guard wasn't looking at all, and it passed it to her and just went right behind her and out of bounds.
6.5 to play in the ball game, and we're going to have a timeout by Sentinel. As a good start here to the fourth quarter.
Full timeout.
You know, we played a quarter and a couple of minutes, and Sentinel scored 1 point this half, Kim.
Yeah, they've been 22 for a long time.
21 at the half, and they're on 22.
It's been mostly due to good defense. They've not really had any open looks at it and haven't, a couple of decent shots, but nothing easy.
You know, I think at some point, I know at least when I played ball, you know, you go on a scoring drought of a minute or so and it doesn't bother you, but the longer it goes, the harder it gets to make a shot. It seems like
you just tighten up pressing a little bit because you know you got to. You really need a point. And
yeah.
Just it's hard to keep the patience then when you're really anxious to get some points. You know, they've scored 22 points in over 3 quarters. They're 11 down. You know, they're going to have to really change something about what's going on, or, you know, they haven't scored 11
in a quarter. 6.5 to play. The Lady Mustangs just need to not turn the ball over here and take good shots. That's
well, they did score 11 in the second quarter.
Okay, all right. Ginger into the front court. Down along the baseline to Savage.
And that's a foul.
They take the ball away from us. Now quickly comes Sentinel. A lot of time left in this ball game. You want to try to keep the momentum on your side. It's been on Fort Cobb's side for most of this half, but it can change quickly. There's shot no good, and she's fouled. That's Dylan Ferris.
Yeah, it's Bear's 4th foul, though. That's kind of, she bailed her out. She wasn't in a very good shooting position, moving sideways, and Ginger kind of bumped her and gave her a break, besides picking up her 4th foul.
Free throw's good by Ferris. She's got 2 points on the night, and we're going to have a timeout taken by Coach Rogers to kind of discuss what she wants to do in the final 6 minutes. It's a 10-point lead for Fort Cobb, and there's Ferris will have one more free throw attempt. So what do you think happens here, Kim? Do you think you take Ginger out for a bit, or?
Yeah, I bet she puts Silverhorn back in and let Ginger rest for a little bit. I mean, they've still got a 10-point lead. Of course, they're shooting a free throw, could be 9, but you got a little room to play with, and they may slow it down on offense. They'll try to run a little clock. Yeah. But you need Ginger in the ball game. As you know, even if she's on the bench, there's just something about that mental attitude that she's not gone yet.
Right. Yeah. What we got to do is, I would anticipate Sentinel's going to put a lot of pressure on our guards as they did on that last trip. So we got to be strong with the basketball and not let them just take it away from us so easy. Well, Dylan Ferris, who is 2 out of 3 at the line, will be shooting one more for Sentinel.
And Silverhorn is in the game for Bear.
And Ferris, who's pretty tall, free throw no good. And Silverhorn with the rebound. Zoe into the front court.
Yeah, 33-23 as Ginger, is out of the game now, and we'll see what to do with 6 minutes left.
Down in the corner to Rep. Now out front to Kalia. They go around the perimeter. No hurry here whatsoever. Along the baseline to Rep. Double team her. Not a good place to be stopped. And there's going to be a timeout taken by Coach Rogers. Don't think she's happy at all about. You can't really pass the ball to the baseline and hold it. There's going to be a lot of players come to visit you.
Yeah, and when you get it down there in the baseline on the corner, there's no way out except one direction, and they block that off. So.
Yeah, and the 2 players guarding her were pretty tall, so pretty hard to get out of there. So we have 2 timeouts left. 2 timeouts left. Both teams each have 2. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. If we win this ball game tomorrow afternoon, the game will be on the air at 1:30. And tomorrow night in the area final, the Mustangs will be taking on the Duke Tigers at 7:30 tomorrow night for a ticket to go to the Big House. On a cold day in Oklahoma, I tell you, it's been nice this week, Kim, and then all of a sudden today.
Wasn't it 75 yesterday?
More like February today, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, in the Panhandle, I think the wind chill was -9 this morning. And it's like
awfully dusty yesterday as well.
Yeah. It's almost springtime.
Yep. All right, we're about set to go with 5:33 to play the ball game. The Mustangs will be inbounding on the baseline. Into Reagan, now out to Zoe. Almost a steal. There's Reagan Rep at the free throw line, out to Davis. They swing it around nicely. Trying to burn a little clock here. With Ginger over there on the bench with those 4 fouls, or just got to maintain possession. And the ball is turned over as Davis was on the baseline.
It got down in the corner again, and they got double teamed.
Yep. 4-5-12 to play now. Mustangs have turned it over 2 times in a row without getting a shot off. They're on top, 33-23. And now the Bulldogs trying to go to work. Ferris is going to be fouled by Davis. Going to the hoop. That's
I think Silverhorn
16 foul on the Lady Mustangs.
got that foul, yeah.
Dylan Ferris shooting 2. And it's good. 3 out of 5 so far for Dylan. It's a 9-point ball game.
And that's the 16 foul, so they'll be shooting free throws from now on fouls.
She made them all. 33-25. It seemed like Sentinel has a little more confidence here in the last couple of minutes. Now they're pressing in the backcourt up ahead to Davis. Sometimes when you get out of that mode of trying to score, it kind of draws up on you a little bit. And now Zoe just dribbling out front. Sentinel only has 3 team fouls, so if they start the foul game, eventually they're got quite a few to give.
Yeah, they're not really looking for a shot now.
No. Yeah, it's pretty much a full delay here, looks like. And then there's a steal. Another turnover. That's 5 so far in the half. Here they come quickly the other way. And you're going to have a blocking foul.
That's a hard call there. She wasn't set, but the offensive player sure initiated the contact.
He's going to say it's on the floor, I believe. No, he's going to say count the basket. Well, boy, that's a tough turn of events. Basket's good. Is that Pruitt?
Yeah.
And Ginger Bear is going to come in replacing Davis with 4:01 to play in the contest. It's 33-27. And Pruitt at the free throw line. She made it. It's a 5-point ball game. The 11-point lead is dwindled down to 5, 33-28. Halfway through the 4th period. Mustang looking kind of tentative. Picks up her dribble, and we're going to have a timeout taken by Coach Rogers.
Yeah. The downside of that is you've just got 1 timeout left now.
Yeah, they've seemed like Fort Cobb has lost their confidence here, Kim. They're picking up their dribble a little bit and not looking at the basket.
Yeah, when Bear went out with those 4 fouls and they kind of put a slowdown on the offense, they've turned it over every time and haven't even put up a shot in probably 3 minutes.
Right.
So it kind of changed their outlook. The Bears back in the game, and they need points now, so we'll see if that changes their strategy.
Yeah, they can't really afford to just try to milk the clock and win it without scoring, because they're going to have to get back into scoring mode. They were getting open shots. I don't think that's going to be a problem, but Ginger just got to be careful now. Defense, she can't foul anymore. But we need her on the offensive end as much as anything.
Right, and Savage is still going to have to pick up the slack on defense down there against Pruitt. So she's been doing a good job with her.
Yeah.
The only point she got was on that break last time. So
Silverhorn still on the bench for the Lady Mustangs.
Nope, she's in the game now.
Silverhorn, oh yeah, she's inbounding. I'm sorry, I get to see her over there. Quickly up ahead to Savage into the front court. Now Brown has it. 3:42 to play. They're really pressuring the guard. There's Ginger, was wide open. They couldn't get it to her.
They're not even
they've got
looking down there.
They need to try to notice when Ginger's open, because they're double teaming everybody out front. Ginger would break to the hoop. She'd be wide open. She's standing on the 3-point arc. Savage along the baseline, and she walks. With 3:17 to play. That's 3 turnovers in a row for the Lady Mustangs. They burned a little clock there that time. That helped a little.
Yeah, they just scored 3 points this quarter. It's 6-3 quarter for Sentinel favor.
Bob it into shot no good by Pruitt this time. Good job by Madison.
Somebody's open.
Long pass up ahead is intercepted. Another turnover with 2:49 to play. We're getting the stops we need. We just need to quit turning it over. Bounce pass in the lane. Shot is no good again, this time by Pruitt. Rebound Savage. He's done a great job defensively. Long pass up ahead, knocked away. Got a break there. Savage all the way to the basket. Shot is blocked. And Madison will be at the line shooting 2. Madison's a good foul shooter.
Yeah, it's Pruitt's second foul. Fourth team foul.
Okay.
Go ahead.
She's 0 for 2 today, but along this season, I've noted that Madison is really a good foul shooter. And these are some pressure ones right here. Drained it. That's 5 for Madison. That was a big one to kind of get a little momentum back because Sentinel had taken control. Made them both.
She's going to come out of the game. Brenna Davis coming in for Madison.
2:24 to play in the ball game. The Lady Mustangs on top, 35-28. Pressure in the backcourt. Don't foul anybody. Cross court they go.
Somebody's open. Yeah, that's too easy.
Layup is good by Pruitt right down the middle of the lane.
You can see that coming. Nobody was underneath, and she just had a wide open look.
2 minutes to play. Mustangs are in that spread offense now. Silverhorn picks up her dribble. That's another thing we need to avoid doing is picking up her dribble. There's a jump ball, but it'll stay with Fort Cobb.
Got to do your best to avoid those double teams.
Exactly.
As soon as it gets to you, get rid of it.
Keep it moving.
Yeah.
1:52 left in regulation. Silverhorn gets it into Brown out front. Fort Cobb done a pretty good job of melting the clock here. Down to Davis. The Reagan Rep with 1:30 to play.
Yeah, not really. Oh, there's define intentional.
That's a good forearm time.
Yeah.
That's the 15 foul, so they got to do that 2 more times. Tell you what, Fort Cobb plays these kind of games every day, Kim. They ought to be used to it, you know. They all come down to the wire.
Yeah, seems like it.
Brown into the front court. Got to keep the ball in your free throw shooter's hands here. Silverhorn dribbles around, burning more clock.
Yeah, there's not.
That's the 16 foul.
Any attempt to score right now. It's in a full-fledged hold the ball.
Yep. Gonna have to make free throws though.
They'll be shooting on the next foul. That's 16 fouls. Fort Cobb has 7, so both teams in the bonus.
Go way over to Silverhorn. 1:05 to play. Oh, don't go in the corner, and there we go. Turned it over. No reason to throw it in the corner, really. 1:02 to play. Things were looking pretty good till then.
Yeah, turnovers are just the one thing that'll kill you now.
Got to get a stop here. There's a 15-foot jumper, no good. Silverhorn with a rebound, and she's pushed from behind, and they say it's going to go.
They got a break there.
Yeah. Coach is kind of concerned about that call.
He's out on the floor with it. It's like, we already got 3 reps.
47 seconds. Davis quickly into the front court, up ahead to Reagan Rep. She can make free throws, and they foul her immediately with 41.9. Reagan shooting a 1 and a bonus. Reagan shot the free throws well this year. I know in the district finals she made like 8 in a row. 2 big ones, or 1 in the bonus here. Good. Made the first. That's a big one. That's 3 points for Reagan. And it's a 6-point lead for Fort Cobb Broxton, 36-30.
Sanders in the game for Sentinel.
That one's too hard. But Silverhorn got the rebound. Over to Davis. Shot is good. Great play by the Silverhorn to get the rebound and get it over to Davis, who laid it in for 2. And it's an 8-point lead for Fort Cobb. 28 seconds to play.
Ball
poked away.
Foul.
22 seconds. Yeah, no reason to stop the clock here. Ball loose, and it's...
Oh, he didn't have... You can't do that.
Wow. Thank you very much. Timeout granted to
The
Coach
ball was
Callison.
the ball was in the air when he called timeout. Nobody had possession of it, but I guess the official was looking at him when he called it.
He knew he had it on his mind, Kim.
I guess. You're reading minds there.
17.4 seconds. I honestly don't think that's going to matter, to tell you the truth, but you never know. Both teams in the bonus, and it's an 8-point lead for Fort Cobb Broxton with 17.4 seconds to play. So,
you know, back when they had a 33-22 lead, it was like they've got to score 11 points to catch up without Fort Cobb scoring. They haven't done that yet. You know, they just scored 7 since then. So,
yeah.
You know, they have a hard time getting baskets quickly.
Yeah, they do.
As you know, demonstrated by a 38-30 score.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, we've done a pretty good job defending their guards. They haven't been able to, like you say, get loose to have any kind of a quick transition baskets or anything like that. And Madison, I got to tip my hat to Madison Savage. I think she's done an outstanding job on Riley Pruitt here in the second half.
Yeah, she has. Bear had her for a while, got in foul trouble, and Madison's picked up the slack on that. And Pruitt's had a few attempts, nothing easy, and she hadn't been able to make them.
Yep. All right, Sentinel inbound. Quickly out to Cassie, who's a good 3-point shooter, and it's on the way, no good. Silverhorn with a rebound, 13 seconds to play.
Yeah, don't need to foul
And it appears the Lady Mustangs are going to advance. Cassie's 3-pointer right side, good. Makes it 38-33. And the Mustangs inbound it, and that will do it. The Fort Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs, 38. The Sentinel Lady Bulldogs, 33. On a good victory here by the Lady Mustangs as they have taken one more step toward the big house, Kim.
They survived and they're advancing, so.
They're the cardiac Lady Mustangs because every game they played here lately has gone right down to the wire. So congratulations to Coach Rogers and Coach Shumpert and all the Lady Mustangs as they've come out on top tonight. 38-33. Kim, you want to give us a post-game wrap-up for us?
Yeah, and we do feel for those 5 seniors on the Sentinel Lady Bulldogs. They've had, you know, good teams through the years, and we wish them the best. I know their last game, and that's a bad deal for them. But thoughts to them, but congratulations to the Lady Mustangs. Let's look at Fort Cobb scoring. Zoe Brown had 6 points on 2 of 3 shooting. She was 0 for 1 on a 2-pointer, 2 out of 2 3-pointers. Kalia Silverhorn had 11 points and 4 of 8 shooting, 1 out of 3 2-pointers, 3 out of 5 3-pointers. Ginger Bear had 5 points. She was 2 of 6 shooting, 2 of 5 2-pointers, 0 for 1 3-pointers, 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. Madison Savage with 6 points. She was 2 of 3 from the field, all 2-point attempts, and 2 out of 4 free throws. Brenna Davis had 7 points on 3 of 6 shooting, 2 out of 4 2-pointers, 1 out of 2 3-pointers. And Reagan Rip had 3 points and 1 of 5 shooting, 1 out of 4 2-pointers, 0 for 1 3-pointers, 1 out of 2 free throws. Fort Cobb shot 45% for the game, 14 out of 31. 2-pointers, they were 8 out of 20, 40%. 3-pointers, 6 out of 11 for 55%. And free throws, they were 4 of 8 for 50%. They had 9 total team fouls. For Sentinel, Dylan Ferris had 4 points. He's 0 for 3 from the field, all 2-point attempts, but 4 out of 6 from the free throw line. Taylor Leslie with 3 points, 1 out of 2 shooting, both 3-point attempts. Hudson Funkhauser was 0 for 2 from the field, both 3-point attempts, Riley Pruitt had 15 points. She was 6 out of 12 shooting, all 2-point attempts, and 3 out of 4 from the free throw line. Kyra Cassie with 11 points, 4 out of 8 shooting, 1 out of 1 2-pointers, 3 out of 7 3-pointers. And Riley Sanders was 0 for 5 from the field, 0 for 3 on 2-pointers, 0 for 2 on 3-pointers. Sentinel shot 34% for the game, 11 out of 32. 2-pointers are 7 out of 19, 37%. 3-pointers, 4 out of 13, 31%. And 7 out of 10 free throws for 70%. And they had 10 team fouls. So Don Fort Cobb Broxton wins and moves on. They'll play at 1:30 tomorrow against the winner of Mountain View Godebo and Turner girls. So they'll play that game at 6 o'clock tonight. But Fort Cobb pretty well had the lead in hand most of the game. They were ahead 9-7 after first quarter. They were down 21-20 at halftime, but quickly turned that around with an 10-1 third quarter and led 30-22. And then they finished it off with a 11-8 fourth quarter to win 38-33. So congratulations to them. We'll see them again tomorrow.
All right. Great job, Kim. Thank you very much. Great team effort today for the Lady Mustangs. They all scored about the same amount, and there were some big plays down the stretch. None bigger than off the missed free throw when Silverhorn was able to poke it over to Brenna Davis, and she got it in for 2 there late in the game to kind of build the lead up to 8. And a big play, and also tip our hats to Madison Savage today for great work on the defensive end today. And she also had 6 points with 2 big free throws there in the last minute of the contest. So a lot of handshakes all around today for the Lady Mustangs. I thought they handled it very well. And you know, I think there's something to be said for playing close games, Kim. You kind of get to where you're not so nervous if you do it often enough.
The last 5, or basically the last 6 minutes, they were kind of in sort of a delay game. Mostly Bear picked up her 4th foul, and so they got really deliberate on offense, and really I think just made 1 basket and some free throws after that. But good guard play and controlled the ball and got the lead and were able to hang on to it.
All right, I guess that about wraps it up here from Cache, Oklahoma. I'd like to thank John Bellamy for operating our camera again today, and especially Jared Pettyjohn for his engineering work. He comes down here, and I'm telling you, I don't know the first thing about connecting on the internet with all this equipment, but Jared's able to get us on and keep a good picture, and appreciate all his fine work engineering the broadcast. And I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today, and hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and thank our sponsors once again for putting us on the air today, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 1:30.
Have 2 games for them tomorrow, Don. We've got the girls at 1:30 and then have the boys at 7:30.
Absolutely. Have a doubleheader tomorrow. Just a little time in between. But for all of our broadcast crew, I'm Don Tyson saying good night, everybody.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon. Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305, member FDIC. We are your premier, best in state driving school, located in Southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.